The recent assault on the paramilitary forces headquarters in Peshawar is not just a local incident. It is a serious warning, a sign that Pakistan's internal security is collapsing, and collapsing fast. The attack began with a suicide bomber at the main entrance. Moments later, it escalated into a chaotic, overwhelming assault. Pakistani authorities admitted to losing personnel, but experts believe the real numbers are higher, much higher than what is officially released. This attack reflects a much larger trend. Across Pakistan, terrorist activities have surged this year, an increase of nearly 50 to 60%. This sudden spike has ended the small period of peace the country had. Pakistan is now pulled back into a cycle of violence and instability. The situation is worst along the western border with Afghanistan. Recent clashes there have grown so intense that cross-border trade between the two nations has been completely suspended. This insecurity has created massive economic damage. For years, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, or CPEC, was presented as Pakistan's economic lifeline, but today the project has largely halted. The long-promised trade route from Gwadar-to-China never became a reality. Many Pakistani economists now say the entire project was never economically practical. Things worsened when terror groups began targeting Chinese workers. These attacks led to deaths, pushing China to pull back and lose confidence in Pakistan's security system. And now, with China stepping away, the United States has stepped in. Recently, the US and Pakistan signed a major $500 million critical minerals deal. Supporters say it could help Pakistan's struggling economy, which currently faces a deficit of over $30 billion. But this renewed American interest arrives at a time when Pakistan's security situation is rapidly falling apart. This creates a geopolitical pattern that we have seen many times before. Here comes the core concern. Because terrorism is rising sharply, Pakistan is likely to ask the United States for more funding under the name of counter-terrorism and border security, and this is where history gives a warning. Funds meant for fighting terrorism in Pakistan have often been redirected, misused, or repurposed by the military. Instead of eliminating internal threats, the money may be used to strengthen Pakistan's conventional military power, and eventually to increase pressure on India. This is the point where American taxpayers must pay attention. Their money might be spent abroad with the promise of fighting extremism, yet end up fueling regional tensions and undermining America's long-term interests. But analysts are divided. Some US-based think tanks argue that this new partnership will achieve very little. They believe Washington will remain focused on building deeper ties across South and Central Asia, especially with India. Projects like the IMEC corridor are seen as more strategic for the United States. In their view, US investment in Pakistan will stay small, and China's frustration will continue to grow as Pakistan fails to provide basic security for foreign workers and investments. In the coming months, we will see which of these paths becomes reality. Will history repeat itself with redirected funds and rising instability? Or will this new partnership fade away without any major results? Only time will tell.